Her ear couldn't take worship, is what she said. It was the ringing. Actually, this last week, I didn't know if you guys know, my wife had surgery on her ear in January. It's mostly gotten better, but she had like a little metal rod put in her ear, and she says this last week, she's like hearing radio frequencies. I'm telling you, you got to wear one of those tinfoil caps, man. The aliens are trying to read your brain is what's happening. So, um, no, welcome you guys. Good to see you. If you've not been here before, thanks for hanging out with us. We have some announcements, some swirly things going on. I guess I don't know what we can just shut that. We can shut the screen off. We don't need a screen tonight. Just two things, really. We do discipleship on Sunday nights. And so, guys, we meet down in the cafe, and we're there every Sunday night at 7 p.m., and we just do Bible study, and then we break off into small groups and pray for each other. It's just a really good time to get to know guys, especially like personal level, and pray for each other. We've got groups that have stayed together, and so I know all my guys' prayer requests. We like follow up with each other. Hey, how's it going? What's going on in your life, that kind of stuff. And then I know the girls do the same thing at my house at 7 o'clock on Sunday nights as well. And so if you need my address, Kylie, she'll be making Italian sodas afterwards. She'll be able to point you in the right direction and give you the address and stuff. The other thing we have is just to put it on your schedules. It's a ways away, but we are starting to promote it this week. And so if you're going to see some information about our Counterculture Conference, and that's coming up on July 7th and 8th. It's this summer, so it's a ways away, but just put a bug in your ear. It's a conference we did last year with just really great feedback. We had Calvary chapels and just churches in general from Tri-Cities and all over the Northwest come. And we had 200 young adults, and it was just an awesome weekend. We just go through basically what the Word says about the culture and what's going on in the culture right now. So I encourage you to put it on your calendar. I know it's, like I said, actually I had to go to get my car, an estimate for my car because my fender got hit by someone. And so they're asking me, hey, does July or June 24th work for you? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, that's so far away. Like, I have nothing planned that far in advance. So I'm telling you guys stuff that's like way in the future, and maybe you're like, I have no idea what my plans are. So that's fine. Again, I'm just trying to get you guys familiar. We're going to be talking about it a lot as it approaches, so just getting you guys familiar with that. Tonight, we're going to do a little something different. Actually, I ended up doing a funeral this morning, and so normally when I would be studying, it's just been a chaos week, and so I knew this, and so I had actually asked my friend Brandon to come and share with you guys. Brandon King has actually been an elder at the church here. He's been involved in ministries and, just all kinds of areas, and just is a faithful dude. And he came up to me on Sunday. This was on him, by the way. This is not me, but we're just chatting, just, as bros do. How you going? What's going on? And he brought up the fact to me that he wants to get into service. Like, he wants to serve somewhere. And he's like, I'll do kids ministry, and he's, I'll do junior high, I'll do high school. And I just go, what about young adults? He's like, he didn't know that was even a thing. And I'm like, well, yeah, young adults, that's where it's at. That's where it's happening. And he goes, this is what he tells me. I only have Thursdays and Sundays off. You think that's the Lord? I'm like, those are the days we meet, bro. And so he's going to actually, he's praying about he just hanging out with us and getting to know you guys. But I was like, Brandon, he came in to Sunday nights, and I gave him like five minutes to prepare his testimony. And so some of you guys were there for that. But he's going to share his testimony tonight. And he's got some notes tonight, so it's going to be a little bit longer than our Sunday night testimony. So I was like, Brandon, come share your testimony. It was so encouraging for my guys on Sunday night, and I know everyone would love to hear it. So if you guys will welcome Brandon King and give him the warm Calvary Chapel welcome. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
It's all good. I don't know. I think we might remember that a little bit differently, but in general, that is kind of how it happened. It's like I told him that I had Thursday and Sunday off, and his eyes got big, and I was like, oh, crap. And so I was hanging out with the high schoolers yesterday. We took the Spanish class down into East Pasco, and you're showing them around for the Spanish class. I was just kind of a chaperone and doing that whole thing. And then I get this text, from Zach, and he's like, yeah, do you want to come? Well, first he said, are you going to come tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I'll be there. It's like, all right, you want to do your expanded testimony? I was like, what do you mean expanded? I talked for like 15 minutes the other day. I thought that was pretty expanded. But, just to the point now where when God calls, I'm just going to say yes and worry about it later. I mean, so I was excited to do this. I was so excited that when he first asked me, I kind of forgot I was married for a second. So I was like, yeah. So then I'm driving home from church, and I'm like, hey, babe, I'm going to be doing this thing, with the young adults on Thursdays and Sunday nights. And silence. Hello? And she was a little bit taken aback because, obviously, I'm a married guy. And what I need to be doing, is always talking to my wife so that she can pray for me, so that we can pray together. Because obviously, wives, women have a very, very tough task, and that is to try to follow, and submit to an ungodly dude. And so it's a lot easier for them to do that when they see that you're actually involving God and them in the process. So it's not just you yanking them around saying, God said this, God said that. No, you're actually praying together and doing this stuff. So, we had a conversation, which is code for I apologized. And and she's thrilled that I'm here. She prayed for me tonight and everything. And so I should be available most Sundays, except when I have the military reserve duties that I've got. And then Thursdays might be touch and go until school ends because my kids are doing high school track, and I need to take them to do that stuff sometimes. But so that's where we're at. So that's how I got here. But yeah, pretty funny. But I mentioned that whole thing, how I kind of forgot that I was married. I assumed this was a young adult study, so I'm sure that marriage and the prospect of marriage is probably something that's pretty heavily talked about. I would imagine everybody wants to get married, and all that stuff. And so I was reminded